Still knock down the shot. You can also navigate to the customized HUD menu to personalize just about every on-screen element, such as the shot meter, green release animation and sound effect, shot feedback, and more. I actually recommend turning off the shot meter once you get a good feel for your signature shot, as that will give you a slight boost to the size of your green window. For button shooters, you can also tweak the shot timing visual cue controller setting option to set the ideal release point that works best for you. Jump is at the point where your player's toes leave the floor. Set point is when the ball is raised.
Up next, the Wizards taking on the Pacers. For the Washington Wizards, it's been a disappointing first half of the season. Can they turn things around, starting with a win tonight? Pacers, Wizards is next, right after this. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Brian Anderson with you, Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce. Now Washington starting five. Chris Middleton is out there with Corey Kispert. Then it's Alexander Sarr. Then there's Johnson. And it's McCollum at the one. And for Indiana, we've got Mitchell. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Toppin. Then it's Halliburton. And it's Huff in at the five. You look at Indiana, they've been one of the top teams thus far in the NBA Cup, 3-0 in group play.
They have been fantastic so far, a win, and they stay unbeaten in Cup play. And boy, these home fans really want to see that.
And now talking about how things are going for Washington. This NBA Cup has been a struggle. They've looked overmatched in all three games thus far.
And trying to save face on the road seems unlikely at this stage. But hey, this has been a learning experience. They know they've got a lot to work on. And that gets us rolling. Ooh, what a tremendous atmosphere here tonight.
You get the sense there is a level of intensity right out of the gates.
There's the three, and that one's good. Mitchell for three.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Johnson. Goes back up. And rejected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Here's Sarr, looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. And here's Kispert from the arc.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
From deep, Mitchell, another three for Indiana.
Now this is why perimeter defense is so critical. Everyone has a three they can drop on you.
Down low. Here's Kispert. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Boy, tremendous finish by Kispert. When you come into the league just a little bit older, your frame is usually ready for play right away.
The three from Mitchell, and it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. McCollum against Halliburton. McCollum shot is off.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And though he gets lauded for his scoring ability, Benedict Mathurin is also an excellent rebounder for a guard.
He's got a live body, very fast off his feet, BA. And yes, he loves to put the ball in the basket, but this guy just competitive. He likes to get after things on the basketball floor.
That'll hype his guys up. Middleton right back with one of his own.
From deep, Mitchell, another three for Indiana.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. McCollum, the pass to Middleton. Here's Johnson. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell. Indiana on offense. They're on a 15-5 run. For for three. It goes again. His sixth basket in 7 tries.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And we've seen the Wizards turning their roster doors with an eye toward the future.
Yes, and that BA means inevitably absorbing those extended losing streaks, but you're doing it at least with a plan in mind. You need talent to win, and I'm talking big-time talent. And the best way to develop that talent is with patience. So there's a process they're following.
And Neesmith gets it to go.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Outside Koulibaly. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter.
Oh, he will kick himself for that one. That was a tremendous opportunity.
They get the rebound. Walker passes to Mitchell. Lets the three fly. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's McCollum. His last outing, he had 18 points. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. And again, Washington, no good. Indiana leading by 15. From deep, Mitchell. Another three for Indiana.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Now a timeout called by Washington. And this matchup with the Pacers, their first meeting of the season.
It really should be an interesting one to watch.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
McConnell, he's checked in for Mitchell. Up here for Indiana, and Washington will go for a different look here. Sarge checked in for Bagley. Chris Middleton comes in for Whitmore. Kispert's checked in for George, and it's Johnson in for Koulibaly.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Mitchell out there with Halliburton. Then it's Toppin. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance. So knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
The NBA wanted to raise the stakes during the regular season. Mission accomplished. The Cup has been a hit with teams and their fans.
Yeah, team rivalries used to add drama to the regular season. Pacers, Knicks, Bulls, Pistons, Lakers, Celtics. But this tournament has added a whole new dynamic to get excited about.
And another shot. Shot's blocked. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. All right, let's take a moment to appreciate some of the NBA's toughest defensive teams. Number 1, the Pacers.
Well, allowing the fewest points per game in the entire league, this defense has been absolutely dominant. Give the coaches a ton of credit. Players are skilled and motivated. You've got good schemes. Very tough to score against this bunch.
Johnson with a bucket.
Just such a polished shooter, even as a rookie. Johnson gets the ball and drills it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The NBA has its eyes on the old continent. Commissioner Silver said there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, appreciate the update. That one goes. Count it. Middleton's got 5 points.
And far from just a jump shooter, Middleton stays active and is always ready to shoot.
And Doris, even in the latter stages of his illustrious career, this coaching staff trusts Chris Middleton to create offense.
Well, one of the reasons to hear that, BA, as Chris Middleton is the very definition of a solid basketball player. He can play with the ball in his hands. He can get off the ball and knock down shots at a high level. We've seen him under duress of big-time championship moments make every right read. It's never a bad decision to give him the basketball.
And Washington has possession after Indiana picked up the three with their last shot.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Basket's good. Mitchell's got 33 points.
Even though they have the lead, this guy keeping his foot on the gas pedal, I love it.
Here's McCollum. From down in the low post, it goes.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
2 minutes.
Outside Mitchell. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Outside Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in. Johnson's gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, for a young wing like Johnson, scoring inside will open up the rest of the floor for you.
Kispert with the ball. Picked up by Mathurin. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. It'll be the second game of 4 straight at home.
Another reason why they're up, just taking what the defense giving him here.
Now a timeout called by Washington. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
I really think the nail in the coffin was their missed free throws. That's usually an ominous sign.
I thought the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
Indiana with some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Huff. Walker comes in for Toppin. And it's Neesmith in for Mathurin. And Washington will go for a different look here. Bagley's checked in for Sarr. Whitmore comes in for Middleton. George, he's checked in for Kispert. And it's Bilal Coulibaly in for Johnson. That one falls. Mitchell's got 40 points.
He has done the heavy lifting for them offensively. Now looking to close this thing out.
Outside Whitmore. 40 seconds left in the second. Indiana with a rebound.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
From deep, Mitchell. McCollum pulls it in. Washington has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Indiana has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second.
Oh, good contest and the board. They're going to show that in the video, folks. That is too good.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And now a veteran in the league, McCollum's combo guard style of play is valuable to this team.
Launches it, and the three-pointer goes. McCollum. And so it's the Indiana Pacers, already up 26 points as this quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's McCollum. And so in the game for Washington. Sarr out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Kispert. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard position.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
Connects from downtown. Mitchell's got 43 points.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
Pass to Johnson from downtown. Sends it home from three-point land.
And after the three on the other end, young Mr. Johnson answering with one of his own.
Well, Graham, when it comes to exciting young guards who can really fill it up, Trey Johnson's name has to come to mind.
Yeah, no question about it, B.A. This kid can score in a variety of ways, and his confidence is what makes him so dangerous in this department.
Boy, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
From deep, Mitchell. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Inside, here's Sarr. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Sarr's got his second basket of the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
14 feet away. Rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Their first missed after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Great open look there. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, I'd call Johnson an eager shooter. He's always ready to let it fly.
Mitchell. And again.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. And so McCollum will bring it up for Washington to the inside. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got his 6th assist of the night. Outside Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Off. Good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 14. Middleton. And Toppin pulls it down to the paint. Here's Mitchell. It's blocked. Pass to Halliburton. Toppin outside. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Well, Doris, one of the highest compliments you'll hear about ball handlers is saying you can't speed them up.
That's exactly right, B.A., because pressure against the best players doesn't bother them. In fact, the greatest players want more than one defender because then they know that puts their team at an advantage if they can make great decisions.
Now here's Matherin. No points so far. Here's Huff, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Just disrespectful. If the D gives him a clear path to the hoop, he will take it.
Let's just say they were a little slow to react there.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
McCollum's shot is off. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Another one falls. Amazing.
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Pass to Sarr. Now Kispert. He's covered by Matherin. Can they get it? And he lays it up and in.
Assist from
Kispert's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, Kispert doesn't waste these kinds of opportunities. A bucket on the interior. Yes, sir.
Mitchell's shot is good.
He's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Here's McCollum after Indiana picked up the 3 with their last shot. Kispert outside. And he lobs it up and finished off by Sarr.
Oh, man. Between his size and mobility, Sarr is the perfect lob threat.
Good! That's another bucket! 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Oh, and Mitchell powers it home!
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers with 0 pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. We'll be right back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working to...
And so it's the Pacers taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They did just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
Before defenders can react. Now let's talk about scoring at the rim. You can move the pro stick diagonally up left or up right to control the direction of your layups. To avoid getting blocked, it's usually best to use the hand that's furthest away from the interior defender. The same directional control can also determine which hand you attempt to dunk with when driving and holding the sprint trigger. The quickest way to get a layup off in 2K is to use quick scoops and floaters. Hold the right stick left or right for quick scoops and down for floaters. If you're slashing through traffic, try the hop step, spin, and Euro layups. For hop steps, hold sprint and move and hold the pro stick down left or right. Euros can be triggered the same way, only without holding the sprint trigger. And spin layups can be performed by twirling and holding the pro stick. Another key addition to NBA 2K26 is the deceleration Euro step that you've seen become more popular in today's league. Now you can do the same thing by holding the left trigger and starting a Euro step layup. NBA 2K26 also features new custom layup packages, so you can build your own personalized layup package by mixing and matching a set of normal layups, reverses, floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps, and spins however you like. Dunkers can also do this by going into the dunk creator and equipping the exact dunks they want in their arsenal. Skilled dunks, or meter dunks as they're often called, have moved to a simple right trigger plus hold down on the pro stick, so no more need for complicated double throws to attempt those poster contact dunks. The green window for skill dunks is significantly easier to hit this year for both driving and standing dunk attempts, and the best way to ensure you get a strong finish at the rim. I'll see you next time for the next expert tips.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation.
We can't let New York down. We can't let them down.
There it goes. Come on. Here we go. My tip for as a center, when you get the rebound, don't just go right up right away. Don't go back up. Look for your guys. The guys are usually open. Them corners be open. So look for them corners when you come down. Look for the top. And if you don't see it, then go back up. That's a big. Because them corners, you're going to hit that 3. And you already know that's that bash cash smash. You're going to be out there getting it. So to be a good center, pay attention. Pay attention to every play on the floor.
Ooh,
I wonder within 2.
There you go.
Nice,
Good move.
Garland's going crazy.
Give me that. Hold on.
Whoa. Nice, Rob.
Up next, the Bulls. And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And a look at the starters for the Bulls. We've got Kevin Huerter. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Terry in at the 2. And for Indiana, we've got Toppin. Mitchell out there with Tyrese. Halliburton. Then there's Benedict Mathurin, and it's Huff in at the center position. And due to some injuries, we're not seeing these teams at full strength, Grant.
Yeah, BA, some adjustments have been made. And if the players stepping in can be effective enough, they might just earn an increased role on their team moving forward.
Here's Terry, after Indiana picked up the 3 with their last shot. Puts it up from 12, and it's Giddey missing. Halliburton surveys the floor. The 3 from Mitchell. It's hauled in by Huerter. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Well, look, Huerter has the size to do damage in there. That time converting through contact.
And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, BA, and admitting that in recent years, they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now a change of course is taking place.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. From deep, Mitchell. Again, the miss by Mitchell. About a minute played here so far in the first. Here's Huerter. Unable to get that one. Mathurin with some nice D. The Pacers have gone 1 for 3 so far. From outside the arc, Mitchell, good. Mitchell's got 6.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
To the middle. Here's Terry. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Another 3 for Indiana.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Terry, and it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Bulls ball.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Herder from long range. Here's Vucevic. And there's Mitchell on the assist from Halliburton. He's got 11.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Over Giddey. And that one's long. For Chicago, they've gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. The Bulls with another miss.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
From deep, Mitchell. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
And so here is Chicago. They trail by 9. This their first chance to take a look at Indiana this season.
And these two teams will face off against one another 4 times. It should be fun.
Well, these are the games you get up for, regardless of how you play late.
Stan, when you look at Josh Giddey's game, how would you best describe it?
Well, B.A., he's a triple-double threat. Taller playmaker, sees the floor well, can rebound. I love his versatility.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago.
Looking now for some consistency. Just too many missed shots.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Walker, he's checked in for Toppin. Neesmith comes in for Matherin. And Andrew Nembhard subbed in for Halliburton. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Collins, he's checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Buzelis. Williams is checked in for Herder. And Okoro is subbed in for Terry. Clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Drains the triple.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Now here's Mitchell. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Okoro on the wing. Walker covering. Outside, Williams. Nembhard against Giddey. 11 feet out. It's tipped. Here's Smith. And a nice finish on the layup. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep, Mitchell. Good. Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
The Bulls trail by 8. Here's Okoro. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Okoro's got 5.
Intelligent basketball. Keep feeding the hot hand.
Here's Mitchell. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
He's off on that one. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Indiana ahead, up by 9. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Well, I'm really loving their activity. I mean, they're contesting shots. They've really set a strong tone early.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Moose Ellis out there with Kevin Huerter. Then it's Josh Giddey, then it's Smith, and it's Terry in at the shooting guard. Here's Terry. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home!
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And it's Giddey with the ball for the Bulls. It's a 14-point game. It's the last meeting in a 4-game road trip. Outside Huerter. The shot. They grab their own miss. Smith no good.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
The three from Mitchell. And again, it's Indiana with a three. I wonder, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Timeout called, the Bulls.
There's no way Coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
And Indiana with some changes. Matherin's checked in for Nesmith, and Halliburton is subbed in for Mitchell. Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. Now here's Giddey. He played a great game against Charlotte. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Terry. Looking to end the run. Indiana with a rebound. Jackson's got 4 rebounds. Through one half, it hasn't even been close. Indiana ahead, up 19. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
28.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. We've got Mitchell. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Obi Toppin. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Here's Terry. That one falls, coming off the Vucevic feed. Terry's got his second basket.
Using his unique perspective, Vucevic sees the whole floor and finds the open shooter.
The 3 from Mitchell connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Giddey passes to Terry. No good there. Good work defensively by Mitchell. Pacers leading by 20 to the inside. Shot's good by Mathurin. Matherin's got 5 now.
And Mathurin is an impressive scorer, skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
The floater, and he comes up with a bucket.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
The Bulls trail by 20. Giddey into the lane. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Yeah, great drive by Giddey. He loves probing avenues to the basket.
From deep, Mitchell. Rebound by the Bulls. Outside Huerter. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, BA. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Jackson comes in for Huff, and it's Walker in for Matherin. Then for Chicago, Smith, he's checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Williams comes in for Herter, and Okoro is subbed in for Terry. Now here's Giddey. Okoro on the wing. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining.
Banked it in off the glass.
2 minutes.
Okoro's got 9.
Another
Okoro.
shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Let's get an update on Aaron Nesmith. What's the latest, Allie?
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Pacers. He said there's severe pain and swelling near the heel. Classic signs of a strained Achilles. We should not expect to see him back on the floor anytime soon, unfortunately. It's not the news they were hoping for. Guys?
Josh
Okay, Allie, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Well, good to know about his status. And regardless of how serious an injury it is, nobody wants to let their team down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Nimhart, he's checked in for Indiana. Indiana on D. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
After a poor offensive first half, some nice adjustments made by this staff, and their shooting percentage is climbing.
On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Kevin Herter out there with Buzelis. Then it's Smith. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Terry in at the 2.
They've come into the second half with renewed focus at the offensive end, putting in a big effort.
The 3 from Mitchell. Another bucket. Wow.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Giddey against Mitchell. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. The shot by Terry, no good.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
It's hauled in by Herter.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
To the paint. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist by Herter.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 54 points.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Terry, the pass to Herter. Off the mark there with a 3.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And so here is Chicago. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Herter against Matherin. Out to the right wing. 4 on the clock. Here's Terry. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Halliburton. Over to the wing. Top and right side. Here's Mitchell. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
That one on Herter.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great, You got to love that intensity.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
That free throw is good for Mitchell. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Grant?
Well, you know, B.A., winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
Timeout call. Chicago decides to talk it over. Stan, I have to ask, how important is it to have a big man in today's NBA?
That is a great question, B.A. And look, things have really changed. We went from big, strong guys in the league and centered our game around those guys to then people wanted to play small ball and be more skilled. But now what everybody's figured out is we can get that same skill from bigger guys, and bigger and better is better than smaller and better.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Terry, checked by Mitchell. Looking to end this cold spell.
Terry.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Terry.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
That's
Some changes for Indiana. Jackson, he's checked in for Huff.
Mitchell.
Walker comes in for Toppin.
Shot.
And it's Jackson in for Matherin. Then for Chicago, Collins, he's checked in for Buzelis. Williams comes in for Herter, and Okoro is subbed in for Giddey. That free throw is good for Mitchell. And they say that leadership starts at the top, Stan. How does great ownership and the front office permeate an organization?
Well, you're absolutely right, B.A. Leadership starts at the top. And the best owners in this league go out and get great people, and then they empower them. They don't micromanage. They get people to work and use their expertise to build the organization.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Pacers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the chosen one.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Indiana on offense. They're on a 17-6 run, and that one's good. Mitchell.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Terry, the pass to Collins. Now Vucevic. Over Mitchell. Off the left rim and out. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Lets it fly. Is rebounded by Okoro.
Man, coach is going to have a few words with him after that shot.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Assist from
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
They get it again. Mitchell. Blocked. And so it's the Pacers taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And we'll see you next time.